Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service. We always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
This week on the show, we have Pure Michigan Magazine Gold with a trip that taught us how Michigan's privately owned woodlands and streams may remain wild and wonderful just the way you hoped as your own personal legacy. We take you to a Big Lands Conservancy meeting. Then for those who love discovering the Great Lakes wilderness on horseback, we introduce you to the Michigan Trail Riders Association during one of their shore-to-shore treks. This gathering is a very special gathering. We'll tell you all about it next on Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. If you're a landowner in northern Michigan, I think you're going to be especially interested in this next segment, especially if you own some sizable sections of wilderness and would like to preserve it that way. This past summer, the Michigan Magazine Museum was host to the annual Big Lands meeting of the Headwaters Land Conservancy. The Conservancy is dedicated to doing just that. Landowners from throughout northern Michigan converged on the museum for an informational meeting that would set their minds at ease and clear up some misconceptions about this unique program they might have. Executive Director Fred Gottschalk took a moment to fill us in on what this annual meeting was all about.
Barry, this is our 5th Big Lands meeting, and what we do is we cover 11 counties in northeast Michigan, and we send out notices to the owners of bigger lands, if you will, in northeast Michigan. Generally, we try to invite people with 300 acres or more. Okay, now this is all to get them to know more about the land situation and the Conservancy's work? That's correct. It's strictly an informational meeting. Most people don't know what land protection options are available to them. And so today we had an attorney who is an expert in estate planning and has worked with several property owners who've done conservation easements on their property. We also had another gentleman who's a state-certified land appraiser, and he explained to the crowd what the value of doing land protection was for land. Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for people who do own pretty sizable parcels of land to get information.
Exactly. We're a nonprofit organization, and we work with private landowners to help them put, it's called a conservation easement. It's a fancy name for a deed restriction, but the difference between a deed restriction and a conservation easement is actually the Headwaters Land Conservancy has the authority to enforce the terms of that conservation easement, and typically it's a matter of limiting the development on the property, limiting the amount of subdivision that can happen on the property, and it is entirely the property owner's wishes that we put into a document, and then both parties sign that, and then it becomes goes to the Register of Deeds and becomes a rider on the deed to the property. Okay. So it's a forever document.
It's protected forevermore.
It really makes the person sleep better at night, if you will, knowing that this is, as I said earlier, it's forever. And so they know that land that means so much to them will always be a natural area. It won't be a strip mall. It won't be a subdivision. It'll always be a natural area.
And the lumbering industry should be involved in this too more, shouldn't they? I mean, this is a chance for them to help in preserving the land and actually harvesting intelligently.
We're very timber management proactive, if you will. We encourage the property owners to do timber management on the property. We're not tree huggers. If anything, we're land huggers. And we understand that by protecting large lands, it makes them available and keeps them available to be harvested by the timber companies. Yes.
So the natural beauty of Michigan is pretty much in the hands of conservancies like yours.
Well, Barry, really, it's in the hands of the private property owners. As I said, they come to us, and you know, we are simply a vehicle to help private property owners protect their property.
Right. It's not like you're taking over the deed and everything.
Exactly. It's the land remains private. It's not open to trespass. The only difference is that it won't be developed. That's. But we always encourage people to have a place, you know, to have a home on the property and maybe a pole barn and a garage and so forth. We're not anti-live on your land people. We're simply we're there to keep lands wild. Conservation easements have been around for a long time. The knowledge of them, if you will, has been relatively recent. Headwaters is only about 12 years old, and at first, when we were just a all-volunteer organization, we didn't have the ability to get the word out very much, and so most people didn't know about us. Well, now we have 3 staff, and we hold meetings like this, and I'll be talking to several groups throughout the summer. And it's simply a matter of getting the word out. There's a lot of people that are interested when they hear this, but it's a whole new concept.
But we also have people out there who are anxious to get started in this. Now, how do they get a hold of you to contact you? You have a website, of course, don't you?
We have a website, Headwaters Conservancy. They can get in touch with me directly at FGOTTSCHALK@GreatLakes.com. But the easiest way actually is to just call our office, and the number there is 989-731-0573.
There you go. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we're going to let you get back to the second part of the meeting, and we're anxious to have you guys work something out with everybody in the area.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by the Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. The equestrian spirit shines brightly throughout Michigan, and Michigan responds with more and more enthusiasts getting involved in making the wilderness of our state equestrian friendly, thanks in part to the Michigan Trail Riders Association. This past summer, MTRA celebrated a milestone in the organization's history, 50 years of shore-to-shore riding. That's Lake Huron to Lake Michigan. We joined in the celebration as it kicked off at the Coliseum in Kalkaska, Michigan, June 21st, 2014, as nearly 200 riders gathered for a special parade down Main Street, rodeo fun, and trail rides throughout the state. Trails created and managed in part by the MTRA and its members. Prior to parade time, MTRA President Chuck Fanslow expressed enthusiasm for the support and wonderful turnout of riders for this special commemoration.
We're looking great. We got close to 200 horses. It's been great. We got all kinds of people from all over this whole state. Some people from out of the state. We've got people down from the UP. Many organizations, we got different riding groups from all over.
So what is the basic concept of the MTRA? What do you guys do? Just get together and
well, we put on rides that go across the state from shore to shore, Oscoda to Empire. Okay. And we also have another trail system coming down from Mackinac down to Cadillac. Roughly 420 miles of trail, 17 camps. We built them all, we maintain them, and now we work with the parks guys, which are kind of helping us out on the camps. But we have 4 to 5 rides, like I say, per year. Right now we're going across, we have a group going, we have about 120 riders to 140 on the average per day right now. They travel about 25 to 30 miles per day. And you get up in the morning, you get on your horse, you ride 30 miles, and you do her again the next day.
It's all for the love of the equestrian spirit, then, eh?
There you go.
My goodness. And you're from where?
I'm from Gladwin, actually, right in the middle of the state.
Okay.
Yep.
So this event is quite a bit of a historical event, isn't it? I mean,
It is. 50 years. This was established. Yep, 50 years ago. There's 3 couples that got this thing started. Actually, we have one here today, the last founding member, Phyllis Garn. She's from Traverse City.
We all had horses, and we decided we needed a trail that was just for horses, and it just evolved. We didn't start out going across the state in our ideas, but it didn't take long. We decided it was good. The minute people heard about this trail, they came from every state and every city offering help. It was absolutely fantastic. We got really good coverage with, not TV then, but the papers.
And it just grew out of word of mouth.
It just grew. Everybody wanted to work. And they're still working. One time we had 500 horses on the trail ride. Wow. That was way too many for the camp, so now it never goes beyond 300.
Well, we also owned a ranch, and we were outfitters. You know, we would lease horses out for the trail ride. You know, and
so I was back at the ranch.
Yeah, so people could go 2 days. Some of them could go all the way that didn't have a horse at that time, or had a horse at home and couldn't trailer it to Michigan from Ohio or wherever. And so we would outfit people for the Michigan trail riders. You know,
so tell me, Phyllis, what does it feel like to see it come this far and to see all the people? It must give you
it's a warm, heartwarming thing. I can't believe that there's still this many people actively working on it and making it something. It's really fantastic.
This will be my 43rd time across. Yeah, I started in '91, and I love this organization.
So
we help each other.
How'd you find out about it?
To a friend.
Okay.
I rode her horse across. She could only ride the weekend, and I took over her horse. And after that, I was hooked. It's a wonderful ride, and it's just, you get up early in the morning at 4 and you feed your horse quick like, and then you jump your rig over to the next camp, and the bus picks you up and brings you back to your horse. You see a lot of trees.
What's the longest you went?
I've done 2 double crosses and 1 crisscross.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been out 10 hours once on one trail because my friend's horse got kind of tired. It was hot, but we made it. Yeah, and had a great time.
So it's something that you would recommend to
highly
other people
recommend.
Who have horses
Yes.
want an outlet?
Yes. It's very enjoyable.
This is my 76th crossing.
76th crossing.
At the age of 76.
76 at 76?
Yeah, I've been blessed.
Wow, my goodness. How many horses have you gone through?
Maybe 9 or so. I'm not sure.
You'll do it, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's quite the trip, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's wonderful up here.
I'm glad you could make it again.
Thank you.
We're from Middleville, Michigan, south of Grand Rapids.
And you have made an extraordinary journey, right?
Yes.
Tell us about what you did.
10 days on the trail by horseback from camp to camp, starting at Lake Michigan at Mackinac City and riding to Oscoda.
Oh my.
Approximately 250 miles.
And what was it like, Kenneth?
Well, I moved the rig every day, and it got to be a job.
Okay.
Take everything down, move to the next camp, put it all back up, but it was well worth it. And we've seen a lot of country.
Were you the only two in your group, or what? Or
No, I had my friend Teresa Gray and her husband was with us, and Teresa and I rode, and the boys, our husbands, moved the rigs from camp to camp for us. And
I see. Okay.
it was really
There was 65 people riding the ride to ride for the trophy.
Okay.
And I think they ended up with 63 that made the entire ride.
And now the ride was from where to where?
Mackinac City to Oscoda.
Oh boy.
We came south to Luzerne and then went east from Luzerne to Oscoda. And you have to get your horse's speed in the water in Lake Michigan and your horse's speed in the water at Lake Huron.
Oh, that means you've completed it.
Right.
That's right.
That's the shore to shore.
Uh-huh.
But today we're celebrating the Michigan shore to shore across Michigan from east to west. This is the 50th anniversary.
I was out of horses for 50 years and got back into them, and we ride about 2,000 miles a year.
Oh my.
So we start in Tennessee in April and finish in October with the MTRA.
Okay. So you've been doing this for how long? I mean, on the trail?
Well, not that long, really, just the last 15 years. Yeah.
Really? So what got you stimulated to join the trail ride?
As kids we did it, but professionally I didn't have the time and
right.
just wasn't such I could mess with horses.
Right.
And when I retired, I came back and started messing with horses. Well, you start out as a kid, you know, and you do it, and then professionally you have to leave it.
Yeah, right. What was the draw as a kid? What did you know?
Hey, farm kids all have horses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we get away from it, and then when time permits, we come back. You know, like I said, we ride 6 rides a year here. And, so no, it's great. You can't beat it.
Yeah. What is it about horses that?
Well, different strokes for different folks. I like to deal with the young horse and train them because they so love to be responsive to what you're asking them to do, and that's the reward. The reward is seeing a horse mature in doing the things that you ask it to do.
Right.
So we ride young. These are all homegrowns.
Okay.
They're all home. So we train them the way we want them, and they reward you. I've asked myself many times when we come in, typically riding 25 miles, I ask myself, I wonder if I or the horse enjoyed it the most. And sometimes I believe it was, in fact, the horse.
You can tell.
They love it.
Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Introducing the Weed Gator. For safe and easy aquatic weed removal, the Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. It's been fun today, looking back at some of our favorite adventures. With more new exciting adventures on the horizon, we're having a tough time not smiling. We hope you enjoyed your visit with us and are leaving with a smile. You can continue with us on our journeys here and behind the scenes, from YouTube to Instagram, Twitter, and more. Visit our website, thespiritofmichigan.com, for direct links to the portals on the World Wide Web. This week's phrase of the week is, there's equestrian fun for the whole family along Michigan's shore-to-shore trails. Send the phrase to us now at one of the addresses here on the screen to win something Michigan. Have a great day and a week. We'll see you next week here on RFD TV or 24/7 on the internet. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. There's adventures around every turn, and if you're looking for something for you and the entire family, be sure and visit the Cedar Valley Golf Course and the Wild Frontier Fun Park on Weaver Road in Cummins. Play 18 holes of world-class golf at the beautifully maintained golf course, Cedar Valley, tucked away amongst the hardwoods of northern Michigan, and at the same time, let others in the family enjoy themselves at the adjacent Wild Frontier Fun Park with carnival rides, a batting cage, bumper cars, and a 19-hole mini golf course. Check them out online. It's a northern Michigan destination.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.